Hello, this is Jason with RolfStompInc. I'm bringing you a World of Warcraft video, hopefully the first of many. Before we get started though, I'm going to talk to you a little bit of what I'm going to do with this channel. The main idea is I'm going to do a lot of World of Warcraft stuff because I'm very enthusiastic World of Warcraft player. My main right now is Blood Death Knight. I have a lot of other classes, so I like, just looking around, playing with all of them, getting into the itty-gritty details of it. It's where I have a lot of fun. So I can have some informational videos of what I can help you guys with, and also, just dicking around videos. Stuff that might be fun to watch, whatever you guys like to watch, Some of the other stuff I'm looking to get on here eventually is stuff like Minecraft. I want to show you some of my Minecraft builds, just playing around Minecraft. If you guys enjoy it, I'll keep doing more. If I found another game that I enjoy, that I can record, and you guys like watching, I'll start videotaping it. Alright, I'm going to run a quick 5-man here. Give you a little example of how I like to tank, and talk a little bit about the Blood Death Knight. Alright, here's something that's over time I've learned, and it seems to help out great. First pull, I always test my healer. I want to see how far this healer can push, or how far I can push this healer. It'll give me a good idea of what I'm dealing with. This lets me know if I can pull half the instance and be fine, or if I can only pull one group at a time. It's a good idea to do it because no matter what, no matter how much gear you have, a lot's going to depend on your group. Pretty much my speed is going to depend on my healer, how much my healer can keep up with. So after this pack goes by, run in and start pulling. See how far this little man right here can do. Silence him there. It's fantastic mechanics, Don't want him to back talk to me there, a little brain freeze. See, that's cooldowns really come to play. I got stunned there. I could have turned into a real bad situation. I started taking some serious damage, so as quickly as I could, I paused Icebound Fortitude. Get myself out of that situation. Also, it's a cooldown that needs to be used. It's a good cooldown, so don't sit on it forever. Another ability people seem to overlook is Soul Reaper. Soul Reaper is fantastic. I mean, look at this right here. 50% haste. It's not much time, but you don't need that much time, that much haste. You gotta think about what it's gonna do to all your runes at that point in time. Fantastic stuff. I've been going pretty easy on this healer, and honestly, this healer seems like he's doing pretty good. He can keep up with it, so as we progress, I'll try to get more aggressive pulls, and we'll see what this guy can do. It's funny, I say that as I'm dying. No, he's pulling back. Oh, that was a fail right there. Trying to tap through to find the lowest health target, the Soul Reaper him, and missed it. Got it that time, though. Brady could make a great macro that makes you so you can mouse over and just click it. Sounds like a fantastic idea. Currently, I just tab through it until I find it. Or just use the bars, but... Anyways, let's get into the talents a little bit. One of the most brilliant things that they did, Blizzard, is simply rolling blood. Fantastic for tanking. Just makes it so you can speed up so much with the instances. Now, next tier down is kind of debatable. I mean, there's times when it comes in great use, but there's other times where it just doesn't perform as much. It's Purgatory versus Lichborn. There's big reasons why I end up going with Lichborn. Biggest reason is Lichborn has saved my lives. I've saved in one raid boss probably about 3 times before. Because it has the capability of healing myself. Probably up to like 150% of my health. Which is fantastic. Purgatory makes it so I can't die. Pretty much. Well, it's not that I can't die, it stops that death blow. And then puts a shield on me that needs to be healed. And if it doesn't, within 3 seconds, I'm dead. So, I mean, a healer should be able to do that. And in the beginning, when you're first tanking, fantastic. I do suggest it. It makes it so you can take that extra hit. You can have more life. You know, if that heal was 1 second away, you're good. But as I got further on, I discovered I actually like Lichborn better. Also helps out when you macro it, make it so you automatically target yourself. So I mean, I got mine keybind the G, so I just spam G. Next thing you know, I'm healing myself. That was quite a bit of a fail there on my part. Alright, let me see what else can I get into. Try to watch this guy this time so he doesn't shoulder check me there. Anti-magic zone is fantastic. I kind of think it's not as good as it should be. It really should have a lot less of a cooldown. Its cooldown right now is pretty high for what it does, because it just takes 1 hit. So, I mean, you could save the raid from wiping once, but the problem is, if you're using that to save the raid, the next time that boss does that, you're most likely going to wipe. I mean, you can assist the raid with it, but I just can't see it being the ultimate deal breaker if you don't have that. Going on to the next tier. Next tier is semi-disappointing, to be honest with you. I mean, 99.9% of the time, you're going with Death's Advance. Sweet ability, I love it. Don't get me wrong. The only downside is that that's all you have, really, you know. You can do chill planes. That has its moments where it's fantastic when you need the kite stuff. If you're tanking trash that's way above you, or you're single tanking trash, it can be great in raid. I mean, I put on chill planes just due to the fact that I can't take the beating of the trash when I was gearing up. And I was single tanking, so I popped that on and just slowly leashed them. Fantastic in application. Never used that. I'm guessing that's all PvP. Anyways, let's go down to the next tier. Death Pack, fantastic. DPS wise, I think it's awesome. Like, if it happens at the right point in time, it's awesome. But the problem is, you gotta lose that much health right at the time that you're actually going to have your ghoul out. I don't know about you guys, but I have my ghoul out for DPS. So my ghoul is a DPS game. Whenever it's up, I try to pop it. It's normally every other Pillar of Frost that he comes out. As a tank, on the other hand, I really don't worry about him, like having him out. So I macroed it to make it so I do Death Pack and summon. Well, I summon first, then do Death Pack. Great move. Death Siphon, I've heard is a decent move. I've just never really put much into it. I heard there is a point in time that it can be useful. Conversion, situational. You know, if you're taking heavy AoE damage to the point where you're just getting runic power pumped in, I'm sure it could be useful, but I have yet to see that situation where I absolutely need that. The next tier down is a brilliant thing on Blizzard's part, because, I mean, if you need to do burst damage, blood tap. Because that means, on command, you have burst damage. You could deliver your damage right when you need it. Best single target, from what I heard at the point, like right now, is Runic Empowerment. Gives you the ability to game your runes. That's something I'm getting to later. I mean, that's all over. Forums, Deercraft, YouTube, it's nothing new. Runic Corruption. I once read that it was just dependable. And our Grasp, fantastic for 5-mans. It has its raid applications. Be honest with you though, when you're just getting in the raids, Remorseless Winter seems to be very nice. It's nice for progression, because when you're progressing through trash, there's nothing better than completely stopping damage. I mean, so far I have not hit trash and raids that this won't stop. So for that simple reason alone, that's what, 6 targets, they're stunned for 6 seconds. I mean, yeah, target's stunned for 6 seconds. 6 seconds that the healer does not have to worry about spamming heals on you. If you're getting hit like a truck, just about to drop, you put that on there, it's enough time for a healer to get you back in the game, ready to go back at it. Desecrate Ground, it's, for tanking, I really haven't found too much of a use for it. I did use it in the second boss of Vaults a couple times, because I was the tank taking that Thunder Wave that stuns you. So there was a couple times where I took that hit, waited for, oh, healer's gone, waited for the other tank to get that ability, and then I popped Desecrate Ground. That way I can instantly get up, grab the boss, and, you know, do my tanking thing until I had to run in the middle for the epicenter. And a lot of good stuff there. Alright, let's see what healer we got here. We got a Druid healer. I'm definitely a fan of Druid healer. Can't lie to you. Little trick here, by the way. If you guys don't know it, if you silence this guy, it'll take away his aura. I believe you can also do it if you stun him, which is a very important thing. I can't emphasize how important it is. Oh, these guys are bastards. They're not hard to kill, they're just annoyances. I'm not sure why they need to be like they are. It's one of those things, again, you know, hats off Blizzard for making a very annoying mechanic. Let's go a little bit into survivability. The biggest thing you need to not be afraid of is using your cooldowns. They're there to be used. I mean, you want to make sure you have them at the right points and times, but at the same token, you want to make sure you use them. I used to go through a lot of instances not touching any of my cooldowns. It slows the group down quite a bit. Now I make sure I use them. I don't use them for minor stuff, but I mean, if I know I can get through this instance without needing any cooldowns, I'm going to pull a bigger group to require myself to pop cooldown. That way I'm utilizing my character to the max. Just how I like to view it there. Another thing is Death Strike. Death Strike is a very unique skill due to the fact that it heals you and also puts a blood shield on you. From my understanding of it, the damage that you take within the last 5 seconds has a factor in it. It gives you a good reason not to spam Death Strike. You know, if you want big fat Death Strike, spamming it's not really the greatest idea. Another thing is if you want big fat Death Strike, a good idea would actually be to bolster your DPS a little bit. I highly suggest, instead of going all out mitigation, get spell cap. Those don't know, spell cap at this point in time is hit cap and expertise cap. What you can do with that is outrageous, really. Because now you do a lot of damage. And I don't think people really realize how much. Oh, I can't jump. Come on. I don't think people really understand how much damage that your diseases do as a Death Knight. Well, let me rephrase that. As a Blood Death Knight. I don't think a lot of people understand how much your diseases actually do. You look right now, blood boils up there, frost, our blood plague and frost fever, it's all up there. Stuns. talking about DPS as tank, is something you want to utilize. You'll notice that all my attacks aren't Death Strike. Some people might not think that's a good idea, but the thing is, if I'm living, I'm doing fine with health. I'm bouncing around a little bit. Being stunned doesn't help there. I might be bouncing around a little bit, but the big thing is, I have the good amount of safety room, you know. I'm not low on health, I'm not completely full on health, but I have a bit of safety room. So, the big deal is, if I do more DPS, I can be a benefit to the group. That means that's that much faster this encounter is going to be over. That much faster this encounter is going to be over means that it's less damage I have to take, less damage the healer has to heal through. Nice little Soul Reaper in there for the win. Alright, gonna skip ahead to the last boss here. Give you guys a little bit of a sample of this. Pull some army out. Full on nastiness on this guy. Well, maybe I should have checked the healer. Ah, he's fine. Notice in this case I'm really gaming no runes at this point in time, because I'm really just throwing out DPS phase. I don't really start gaming runes until the point where I'm trying to survive. If I'm really just, you know, stomping the guy and have no problem with it, no need to really game your runes. Now you get to a point like right now where I'm trying to survive more. I'm still not really taking that much more damage. But anyways, if I'm trying to survive more, you know, I game that blood rune and sit there and just sit on it. Every time I do my runic strike or runic empowerment, will never proc a blood rune. Kind of just makes it so I can pop out more death strikes, more death strikes. Sometimes it's the name of the game. Other times, it's Heart Strike. The situation, I think Heart Strike is probably more important than Death Strike, just due to the fact that this guy's weak. I have decent gear, and with all those aspects put together, it can be more important to do better DPS. Alright guys, this is Jason from RolfStompInc. Signing out. Later guys.